Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City of Bloomington Township Meeting, and we are going to start with our public hearing and on the proposed fiscal year 2024 budget. And I think at this point, I'm going to give Township Supervisor Deb Sciarruta an opportunity to share, say a few comments about the budget, and then we'll open it up for discussion.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The budget was presented for 30 days
Mhm.
to the public. We did make a few tweaks to it based on the estimates that we forecasted for fiscal year 2023. We just updated those numbers.
Mhm.
And then we added a line item for the decennial committee to include some monies, even though it's an unfunded mandate to do what we're going to do.
Mhm.
We put some money in there for third-party report generation if we need it.
Okay. All right. Did you need the time which we opened the public? Did you get that?
Yeah, I have it down as 5:25 as
Okay.
opening the public hearing,
Okay.
and just wanted to report that no one registered in advance
Okay.
to testify.
Okay, sounds good. So I guess at this point, I'm going to open it up to council members, trustees for questions. Okay, trustee Cribble.
Hi, Deb. I was just curious, just looking through the budget, we are apparently getting for the first time columbariums.
It's not the first time we've had them. We're just putting it in the budget to include more. The amount of burials has decreased and the amount of niches has increased tremendously. So they're anticipating great
Gotcha.
growth
Okay.
in that area.
Just curious. Thanks.
Okay, any other question, councilman, trustees? Okay, seeing none, I think we are going to go ahead and close the public hearing, and the time is 5:27.
5:27.
Okay, awesome. And so we will convene in 2 minutes for township. Okay. Okay, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and call to order the meeting of the City of Bloomington Township. And if everyone could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Walsh. Trustee Bolin.
Here.
Trustee Emig.
Present.
Trustee Becker.
Here.
Trustee Urban. Trustee Ward.
Here.
Trustee Crable.
Here.
Trustee Crumpler.
Here.
Trustee Milliwample.
Here. Next item is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll move acceptance.
Oh, sorry. Yep, you're right. Give me a second here. We need to let in Councilmember Trustee Montney. Okay, can I have a motion to allow Trustee Montney to participate remotely
I'll make that
because
motion.
she's not feeling well today?
I'll second that motion.
Okay. So motion by Trustee Bolin, second by Trustee Urban. Voice?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Trustee Walsh.
Yes.
Trustee Bolin.
Yes.
Trustee Emig.
Yes.
Trustee Becker.
Yes.
Trustee Urban.
Yes.
Trustee Ward.
Aye.
Trustee Crable.
Yes.
Trustee Crumpler.
Yes.
Trustee Milliwample.
Yes. Okay. Trustee Montney, you're now official, township-wise. Would you like to say hello so we know you're there?
Trustee Montney, you are muted if you're speaking. Just for the record, Trustee Montney did just email and she said that she has her audio up but cannot hear anything. So we'll have her continue to work with IT.
Okay.
And we can continue with the meeting.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll move approval.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, a motion by trustee Ward, second by trustee Bolin. We do have a link, correct?
We do. We have a couple not in it, so I'll just roll call it really quick.
Okay.
Trustee Walsh,
Yes.
Trustee Bolin,
Yes.
Trustee Montney, Trustee Emig,
Yes.
Trustee Becker,
Yes.
Trustee Urban, Trustee Ward,
Aye.
Trustee Crable,
Yes.
Trustee Crumpler,
Yes.
Trustee Milawambwe.
Yes. Okay, moving on to the next item on the agenda, which is the adoption of the fiscal year 2024 budget as requested by the township supervisor. And we've talked about the budget a couple of times already, so is there a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the budget.
Okay, motion-
Second.
Okay, motion by trustee Bowen, second by trustee Craybill. Are we doing the link or voice?
I'm just going to keep with the voice.
Okay.
All right. Trustee Walsh,
Yes.
Trustee Bolin,
Yes.
Trustee Montney, Trustee Emig,
Yes.
Trustee Becker,
Yes.
Trustee Urban,
Yes.
Trustee Ward,
Aye.
Trustee Crable,
Yes.
Trustee Crumpler,
Yes.
Trustee Milawambwe.
Okay, yes. Next item on the agenda is to approve the appointment of Joe Gibson to the Evergreen Cemetery, Memorial Cemetery Board of Trustees. And if you might recall, Joe Gibson was the township supervisor at one point, correct? Is that the same Joe Gibson?
Correct.
Okay, all right. That's what I thought. But you never know. I know there's only one Boko Malambwe, but. Okay, is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Okay,
I'll second.
okay. Motion by trustee Crumpler, second by trustee Crable. And we're
All
doing the voice?
Yes. Trustee Walsh,
Yes.
Trustee Bolin,
Yes.
Trustee Montney, Trustee Emig,
Yes.
Trustee Becker,
Yes.
Trustee Urban, Trustee Ward,
Aye.
Trustee Crable,
Yes.
Trustee Crumpler,
Yes.
Trustee Milawambwe.
Yes. Okay, next item on the agenda is a discussion of the decennial committees for Local Government Efficiency Act. There is no action required, but I think we're going to hear from Township Supervisor Skillroot for a quick update on that.
Yes, I want to make sure that you understand everyone's on the committee. And it can be as simple or as complex as you'd like it to be, but it's your review of all of the documents, all of the statutes, everything that we have done. We're here as support for the administration and to basically tell you all that has been done. And I'm starting already to formulate that so that for the first meeting, there's some material for you to look at. And this report, you can get the support from Township for everything that you need. But it's for you to see the efficiencies of our government and for you to participate in it. So with that, I presume you all have read the memo that was sent out in the board packet. If you have any questions on that, I certainly can take those. I do want to say that Trustee Milawambwe and I were discussing this last week, and we thought that 5 o'clock for the first meeting on May 22nd would be a good time.
Mhm.
And so after that first meeting will be a reorganizational meeting, or not reorganization, it'll be an organizational meeting to kind of divvy up what we want to do, talk about who would be in charge of what.
And if I remember you correctly, you said that it's about, we have 18 months, right, to produce that?
Oh,
report?
yes, I should probably bring that up. Yes, 18 months for the report to be generated and filed to the county. This is an unfunded mandate, but if you do have any expenses with, probably creating the report, that's that can be submitted. But Township most likely will be gathering all the information and providing all of that anyway. Our office administration of it. That 18 months, I would say we need to at least try to get it put together within a year, but it can be faster than that. We had a meeting over in Springfield regarding this with township officials of Illinois, and they were saying that, or one person that was there is already doing it because it's farming season. They're a smaller township. They have to do this now so that the trustees can get out in the field. So it can be as fast or as slow. Detailed is not detailed. What we did get from township officials of Illinois is a template to begin with, and we can work from there. And that'll be presented at the first meeting.
Questions?
Is that,
Trustee
that
Ward?
yes, excuse me. Is that portion of the meeting then something where we'll be taking action, or is it more considered like the committee of the whole in the sense of discussion?
This is Open Meetings Act compliant, FOIA-able. That meeting, it'll be just like, it'll have an agenda. We'll be discussing a lot. We'll be assigning a lot. We'll be, working the meeting. That'll be up to the chairman of the committee. So, and that at this point is Mboka. So, I didn't know if you wanted me to call you. So you'll be the chairman of the decennial committee at this time, unless he designates somebody else.
Yeah, thank you. That sounds very official and very impressive. Chairman of a decennial committee? Wow.
This committee is every 10 years. So when we present the final minutes will have to be attached to the report. Those final minutes won't be approved until 10 years down the road. So it's quite interesting how this works.
Wow. It's amazing. Okay. Awesome. Trustee Crumpler?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Deb, I'm just reading to convene a committee to study and report on local government efficiency. Is efficiency that something that's already predefined, or is that something that the report defines as part of the process?
The report, well, it's defined by a lot of different things. Township had to kind of analyze what was going on with this. We're going to talk basically who, what, where, when, and why we're doing things the way we're doing it.
Okay.
We certainly, as efficiencies, are we following the statutes? Are we
right.
working together with other government agencies? What are we putting into place in terms of policies? Things like that.
Okay, and then I guess the second, so are recommendations made based on this?
Absolutely.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
Absolutely. It'll be the task of the board, or those on the committee, which are all of the board, the township officials, and 2 members of the township, residents of the township, or more.
Okay, thank you.
And with that, you'll be reviewing efficiencies, where we're efficient, where we may be inefficient, and work toward that.
Okay, great, thanks.
Awesome. Well, seeing no other questions, thank you very much, and look forward to the next update at whatever point. The next item on the agenda is reports by elected officials, and we're going to start with Township Supervisor Skilling.
Sorry, I coughed in the microphone. Forgot to shut it off. I wanted to share with you something that's not on my supervisor's report, and that is a transfer of funds to the Illinois funds. I want to give you a little bit of background. The township investment policy was expanded and updated in 2014 to include fiscal responsibilities and activities from the cemetery since the cemetery became under township control in 2014. They were doing, I'm not going to get into that. That's not the important part. But when we updated the investment policy, we included in there that this resolution was implemented for the purpose of safeguarding funds, distributing the investments equitably, and maximizing the rate of return for the township. and its component units. So it included the component unit in that investment policy. So basically, the township supervisor shall seek to attain a market average better rate of return through the budgetary and economic cycles, taking it into account constraints, cash flow, legal restrictions. It's all in the investment policy. So based on that, began looking at, over the last month, the rate of return on the accounts that we were in under Prairie State are 0.017, which is very low. So we have a lot of funds in Illinois funds, and that rate of return is 4.47, and just yesterday was 4.52. So we're moving $1 million from general assistance or general town fund into that, and then 400,000 from general assistance on a temporary basis till we need the funds. I just want to inform you that we're staying fiscally responsible for the monies that we have. So, any questions?
Questions? Okay.
Yeah, if you could, I know you mentioned it in your report, but if you could talk a little bit about the HERE program and how that's going.
Yes, I do have more on that. The HERE program, I hope for the board's support on this. I think, usually we're the payer of last resort. But in this particular situation, the state brought in some funds for housing. The housing funds that they brought in can help individuals that are only in the eviction status. We are seeing a lot of individuals that are coming through with the eviction status that we can clear right away. And those are of the lower amounts. So I have decided that we would continue to do that process because that's what's out there right now. That if we can completely resolve their eviction issues with the $3,000 we received from here and with the GAEA as part of that, that we will do that. Because we still have that money set aside for the HERE program. If we cannot do that, and the money is great, for instance, we had somebody come in last week with $8,000 in arrears. We can't help that. We're just moving them right into this and help them with the application process for this. This is a fund called, I keep calling it B-CRAP, but it's not, it's C-BRAP. And it's just that, I know, I thought it was more funny with B-CRAP, but anyway, it's just state funding that they're utilizing whatever they can to help as well. But I think that because we already are out there in the public eye doing what we're doing, that we'll continue to see where we're at. And at this point, we're at $46,000 of the funds being used before the end of this fiscal year. So.
And it's budgeted for 200,000?
It was budgeted 200,000 this year. We have it in the budget for next year for 150,000.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, and then there were a couple other things. We did receive a huge amount of a supplemental security income, which was for individuals. You can tell somebody was on township for a good length of time when they go back far enough to reach an amount of, $22,000 for 4 individuals. So we've had a few individuals just finally get onto SSI. But now, anytime somebody's on supplemental security income, we have the ability to receive some of those monies back because we keep track and we provide a form once a year to the state, which is called a 2199, that makes sure that we receive payments, that reimbursement for whatever we've provided in the to the client over time. It doesn't always work to our advantage. If they have a break in the action for 1 month, then we only get it back as far as that time frame, and that's it. But we do what we can. The workfare program, we're looking for a workfare development coordinator, part-time. If you know of anybody that would want to drive a truck. Okay, and then, this is a good thing. We have 2 new bins. One is going to the city, and we thank them for that, at the community gardens for recycle pots. And then one will be going to Neat Pagan, so, in addition to what we have already. Any questions? Yeah,
When you say the community gardens, which ones?
the Hershey and Ireland Grove Road.
Any chance of getting one for the West Bloomington Revitalization Project garden?
Wow, I'd have to have one built, and right now the season is probably not there. What I could do potentially is give you one of our old ones, because I saved 2 of those, and it's a plastic. It may fall apart on you, but I mean, it would be great if we can move that over there.
I'm not on the board,
Oh.
but
Oh,
I could certainly.
Anybody here on the board? Or was, oh, Dee, well, we can talk. Pardon me? Oh, well, we can talk after the meeting. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay, thank you. Now, Township Assessor Scudder.
Good evening. My report has a breakdown of what the P-tax form from the Department of Revenue about how the city of Bloomington township is broken up by parcels and equalized assessed value. Most of the value lies in commercial and residential properties, mostly on the residential side. As you go through the charts, I start with residential parcels compared to commercial parcels. And the growth on residential parcels is because of growth in subdivisions and more properties being built. The decrease on the commercial side is a combination of smaller parcels turning into larger parcels to build bigger buildings and things of that nature. And then when we get to the values, the assessed value has grown to over $2,200,000,000 from the previous year. And the breakdown between commercial and residential, most of the value still lies in residential properties versus the commercial properties. Any questions?
Questions for Supervisor Assessor Scudder? Promoted you for a second. It only lasted a second, though.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Seeing no questions, is there any public comment?
We received no public comment, emailed, or in-person registrations.
Okay. Thank you. So at this point, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Okay. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, aye. We are adjourned. You have 5 minutes.